Season 4 of Better Call Saul is one of the best seasons of the show yet, continuing to explore the complex character of Jimmy McGill/Saul Goodman.
The season explores the fallout of Chuck's death and the impact that it has on Jimmy's relationship and psyche.
The introduction of Gus Fring's character in the previous season is expanded upon, with more insight into his backstory and motivations.
The season also delves deeper into relations between Mike and Gus, as well as Mike's own personal struggles and motivations.
The cinematography and direction remains top-notch, with standout episodes like Winner and Something Stupid.
Jimmy and Kim's love continues to grow, and they truly do become a duo in this season.
The season finale sets up an intriguing direction for the show's future, leaving fans excited for what's to come.
Overall, Better Call Saul Season 4 is a must-watch for fans of the show, with strong performances, compelling character arcs, and excellent storytelling.
Yo, what's going on, guys? So today, Better Call Saul Season 4. We're finally back with Better Call Saul. It's funny, we took a little bit of a break, but bro, this show continues and continues to impress me. I love this show so much. This might be my favorite show of all time. I'm going to come out of here and say it. I love this. I watched 2 seasons. I couldn't help myself. I watched Season 5 in one day. Couldn't help myself.
But this Season 4, though.
Yes, this is Season 4. Okay, so this video contains spoilers, like always. So let's just get straight into it.
I just wanna say this real quick. I think that something that makes the show so great, it shows that it's so like normal, bro. It's really just showing the lives of Jimmy, Mike, Kim, even like Gus. It's just showing their lives.
Yeah.
Like that little scene that it was just a montage of what's going on for like 9 months of Jimmy, working in the phone business, and Kim will mess up better and everything. And then they put that something stupid song. That's what it's called. Like it was just, it just feels nice. You're watching it, you feel calm, you feel relaxed.
So I guess we can start. Season starts off with Chuck's death. The aftermath of Chuck's death, we see Jimmy, we see Howard. Howard especially, I think, took it really hard. I want to ask you, though, do you think Jimmy's feelings for that are ever going to truly come out? Because we haven't really seen that.
I don't know if they will. I haven't finished watching Season 6, so I don't know how it ends. But I know he definitely has feelings. Like, he's definitely, like, hurt by it. But it's tough, because your brother dying right after he told you to your face that he didn't care about you and everything that's happened between the two of you. I think for him it was just too much, and he has always been somebody that likes to put on like a happy face and wants to like continue in life. So he just put it down, and I saw somebody make a great point that when Howard told him, "Oh, I think it was my fault," Jimmy said, "All right, it was your fault." Like in his say, he said it was not. He let that responsibility off his shoulders, and he would just give it to Howard. And then we see in this season, just Jimmy be like a complete dick to Howard, and we can debate on whether he deserves it or not because of how mean Howard has been to Jimmy over the past 2 seasons.
Obviously we know that Jimmy, he lost his law license. So we see him dealing with that too. So it's kind of like, I feel like what's interesting about this season is just we really see basically like 2 big parts of Jimmy's life get taken away from him, which is law and his brother. Whether those are good things or bad things.
They go together.
And I think we really see him kind of embrace just being like a person.
But you see how skilled he is. You kind of see him as it's just a finesser this season.
A great seller.
But I mean, that's what him as a lawyer is pretty much being a seller. He's a showman. He knows how to put on a show. He always had the ability to talk and just convince people to do things. And it was just funny seeing Jimmy in the streets selling to a bunch of like thugs and criminals and all of that. And then that scene that he gets attacked by the kids, but then he gets them back later on by scaring them with Hugh and this other guy. And quick comment, she's about Hugh. Hugh was super funny. That whole scam
when he like hit the police officer.
With the police officer, and then they make him seem like the best guy at the church. That was super funny.
Super funny.
Like at the end of the day, the show is just super funny.
Yeah, it is.
Jimmy's a funny guy.
We see Gus Fring, bro. I think in Breaking Bad we didn't understand. We didn't see that much of Gus Fring, but this dude is like super rich. Like, I know that's like a part that I noticed. Like, bro, this dude has money for anything, bro. And we see that he's building this thing, and we just see how he treats, and he's very careful with everything. That's something else too. He's very calculated. Obviously, we knew that he was one of the smartest people.
Yeah,
always. And that was crazy because like he got these people right, the builders or whatever, Warner and stuff. But he would like to get them there. He would pick them up. They would drive to like a specific location. They would put a hat on them, and they would take them there. And it was like so crazy just how careful he really is. That's why he's never really gotten caught like that. You know what I'm saying?
And just seeing how the meth lab that was seeing Breaking Bad started, that was cool. and we see the character of Warren Ziegler, and we see Mike and him become friends. That was cute because that was the first. That was the first person that we see Mike truly, besides like his
I really want to talk about that for sure.
His niece and his daughter-in-law. That's the first person that we see Mike care about, and to see Mike with a friend was cool because so I want to give a big shout out to Mike in this show. I've really come to like him a lot,
especially this season.
This season
was a standout for him.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not to agree on that. And then obviously we know how it ends. At the end of like this man, he really didn't do anything wrong. But when you're in another country with only like guys, and whatever you care about them, but you're away from your wife, you're gonna want to see him. Like you're gonna freak out. You're gonna.
He really didn't do anything wrong.
Nah, he really didn't, bro. And it's like he left for like one day. He just left to see him. He was gonna come back.
Yeah.
But you know how Gus is. You know, Gus doesn't want to have any loose ends. And Mike kept telling Gus, like, please, there's another way. But Gus doesn't care. Gus is a psychopath at the end of the day. He doesn't care about people dying.
No, I think they handled that so well. And, you know, I think what Jonathan Banks was able to do acting-wise with not showing too much emotion, but, like, he showed emotion through not really necessarily speaking, not necessarily reacting that much. Like, sort of in a way through his eyes a little bit, too. Like, he just... You saw him really like building a relationship, a friendship with this man, and seeing that, and that made me so happy because like we've never seen that before. You know, we saw him with Walter, a guy like of similar ages to him, but he was never really. They were never really like, friends at all.
He didn't even like him towards the end at all.
So he really liked this dude. A lot of the times they would like seek him out, would talk to him, and then having to kill him like that, like we saw a lot of emotion from Jonathan Banks and from the character of Mike this season. So huge standout for me, I would say.
We also see this season Nacho. You know, he is always. At the end of season 3, he, switches Hector's pills, and Hector goes into like a cardiac arrest or something like that.
Yeah, he gets a stroke, I think.
And he does all of that because he wants to get out of the game. He doesn't want his dad to be caught and everything. He doesn't want his dad to be in danger. But then he actually ends up becoming, I guess, even deeper because Gus notices that, and Gus is like, now you're mine. Now you're gonna be the guy inside. You're gonna be telling me information about the Salamancas and everything. And he actually gets like a promotion for Salamanca. Now he's one of the main people, dealing the drugs and everything. And I think Nash is one of those characters that can be overlooked, but you're just glad that he's in the show. He's like a good presence. He's everybody that's crazy. He's like a criminal, but he's super chill. He's like a guy you care about.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We texted about that because he's like he's just a whatever, bro. He's just there. Like he's just a guy existing. You know what I'm saying? He's not really evil. He's not really good either. He's just a guy there.
And it's funny how Gus went through all the trouble to like get him to be alive. And then a little detail I noticed that doctor told him, if we keep working with him, he can be good again. But Gus is like, nah.
I want him to suffer.
You're shitting on that.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to kill him because I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. But I am going to make him suffer for the rest of his life. Oh, we got to introduce the salad.
Also, I would say like in the last like 4 or 3 episodes, we get introduced to one of the best characters in the whole show. I would say Lalo Salamanca, my favorite Salamanca, 100%.
Yeah,
he just posts up with so much charisma that we were just talking about it before. Like, but that man is intimidating.
He is.
You see that more in the later seasons, but even as he pulls up, he has like a presence in the room. Like
he's like dangerous, but he's also like dangerous. He's like you can kind of tell that like him being like so like funny and goofy. That's like a front that he puts up. This is like. He's a dangerous man. You feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then immediately he pulls up and he like becomes like Gus's like enemy right away. Yeah. And it's like a battle between him and Gus, and that's kind of what happens in the last few seasons. But even in this season, he pulls up in like 3 episodes and he's already making such a big impact. You see in the final episode, he realizes like Gus has something going on and he's chasing him and he's kind of like chasing Mike. So that was all very fun to see, and it's funny seeing him on Nashville because it's so different. And Lalo's just like talking to him, and I just looks at him with like a straight face, like, I do not care, but I don't want to be here.
So the ending of the episode, the winner, excuse me, the ending of the season, called Winner.
I had already known that in the final episode, or one of the final episodes, it was gonna be Chuck and Jimmy singing because I was seeing on TikTok, and I'm like, that scene looks cool. I wonder where it is. And finally watching it on the actual season, it was great, bro. It was just good seeing a beautiful moment between both of them. And it's cool that Chuck actually went with Jimmy to I don't like to be like, oh, I support Jimmy in becoming a lawyer. You're like, damn, like Chuck wasn't all that bad. Because
I wish we got to see that a little bit more when the season started. We got to remember too, like Chuck was dealing with the whole like Cygnus thing as well, and I think a lot of that
he was going through a divorce.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he took it out on Jimmy, but like obviously it didn't help the situation either. You know what I'm saying? But bro, what a beautiful what a beautiful moment. What a beautiful scene. Sure. I know you hyped it up a lot, and I saw it. It was beautiful. And then towards the end of the episode, we see that he's trying to get re-embarked, become a lawyer again. And we talked about this a little bit. I didn't like how everything that he said about Chuck, it seemed so genuine, so beautiful. Like literally literally Kim was crying. And just for him to be like, oh, that's it. Like, oh, I didn't mean any of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, damn, like, I didn't like that from. That's one of the only times that I was like, damn, Jimmy, I didn't like that. I wish he kept it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Because it just felt so real and stuff. And it was really, really heartwarming what he was saying about his brother. And I felt like that was going to finally be the time that he actually said how he felt about his brother. And maybe he did.
Nah, I would say he did.
I think maybe
that's something too real. Nah, like he meant that, but he doesn't want to like process it. He doesn't want to admit it. He just becomes so heartless that he just wants to keep putting up that front. And then we get that super like iconic moment that he turns around, looks back at Kim, and he's like, good, yeah, he's like, oh, I'm gonna be practicing now, but it's not under Jimmy. And Kim's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And
we finally got to see Saul Goodman.
Nah, it's been hyped up, and it's good that we have 2 seasons with him as Saul. Yeah. You know, because we love Jimmy, but at the end of the day, Saul's like the showman, the funny guy.
And I was telling you about that too. I texted him. I was like, bro, like I love Jimmy, but damn, Saul's really that dude. So overall, for right now, I mean, I just saw season 5, so season 5 is my favorite. Spoiler, but from the other seasons, this one will be my favorite. I think the show gets better and better every time. I thought I wasn't gonna like it too much because it was gonna be Jimmy without being a lawyer, and I feel like that's at the end of the day, it's just a lawyer show. But it wasn't that at all. Like we really get to build the character of Jimmy. We got to see him and Kim, their relationship develop and become and blossom a little bit. I think they're really like a couple now, which is amazing to see. But overall, yeah, I loved it. I know you loved it.
Yeah, and I would say that this is the most I've been intrigued into like the drug side of the show.
But no, for sure. I mean, I literally saw this season and continued immediately to watch 5. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed our review.
Like, subscribe, comment, and
peace out.
Let us know your thoughts.